evening. We are here with the real live action remake of Passepartout 2, The Lost Artist. So we had some tech difficulties with streaming the game. Marium streaming it to me trying to stream it to you. So we are doing something even better than pretending to be an artist. We are actually being artists tonight. And by artist plural, I mean singular. Marium's gonna draw for us.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm Teryn. I'm in a black tank top in the top right corner. Pronoun she, her. I'm on the Twitch team. And I am here with...
My name is Marium. I pronounce she, her. I'm also with the Twitch team, and we're just going to be drawing things on my iPad today. I haven't drawn on my iPad in a couple of weeks, so this is going to be a fun experience for everyone.
Gonna move everything over slightly to the right. Pay no attention to the moving box. Perfect. Yeah, so we're just gonna do, well, we might take some live suggestions. We can do anything. We could maybe, last time, let's, like, what happened last time that you drew? Was it when we drew a character for us?
Yeah, so I think we did Warrior Woman, and that was with actual pen and paper. After that, we did a sunset painting for,
Oh yeah.
I think it was nature versus nurture. I don't think I quoted that theme right. And then
That's fine.
I think that's been it so far in terms of drawing. I've only done 2, but I'm excited to use my iPad today because this is the tool I primarily work with for my drawing stuff.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, it's about like some of those super fancy drawing tablets are basically just like iPads for one thing only, so why not get yourself a tool that you can do multiple things with?
Exactly. And there are a lot of great apps too, drawing apps. I personally use Procreate because it's simple, yet it has a lot you can do with it at the same time. So
Fractal Rainbow has cemented themselves as being in the new tablet camp, or getting a new tablet, and you know, I'm sure it is super fun and easy. I have one of those tablets that it's not like the Wacom tablets.
Yeah.
That are the fancy ones. It's one of the ones that doesn't have a screen. It's just like it's a tablet that's all black, and so you're looking at your computer screen and drawing on a piece of paper. Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah,
I've never used it.
I started off with one of these.
Okay, I'm starting off, so.
It's hard. It's hard with these is because you have to like train yourself to depend on where your cruiser is rather than where your hand position is. Yeah, I struggled a lot with that. I mean, I did do a couple of drawings and then I quit with the tablet, but it's actually fun to play games with that, especially Passepartout too. That's what I've been using to play. So.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I mean, you know, I'm not saying I'm like a super gamer over here, but like maybe it's helped me, you know, to do things with my hand without looking at them. So maybe I'll be a pro immediately, but probably not because things take time. So.
Yeah. There's just a steep learning curve. You just have to kind of stick at it to get really good.
Yeah, so what would you like to do tonight? I guess we can like take suggestions, like how maybe we can recreate the game, like when you draw things, because we played the first game on stream way back.
Yeah.
Was that you and Prime that did that?
No, I think that was we had a guest artist for the Passepartout 1. I'm forgetting who it was. I'm sorry. Oh, who was it?
I think it was guest. It would be way back. I'd have to go and look.
It's been months.
Yes, it's been a while, but yeah, because I think the way you start is by like you get prompts to do certain things. because I know you go from being like a street artist to having like your own gallery. You know, you kind of like move up in the world as you like do paintings, sell art, get a fan base, get screaming stands. You know how most artists.
Yeah, I think
life.
that's how you play 1, and then for 2, you like I've played 2. I haven't played 1 really, but for 2, the way it works is that you kind of create art to sell, and then you create pieces on like requested by the characters you interact with.
Okay.
So for Passport 2, spoiling it a little bit, the fisherman wants you to like repaint an old warning sign with like a danger fish warning. So.
Oh, that reminds me of here in Seattle, we have a famous graffiti artist. I think their name is O. Henry.
Mm-hmm.
And have you seen the like big-eyed like drawings they have everywhere? They have a very specific style.
I've probably have seen it, but I've not.
They're all over like Fremont, Ballard, Wallingford. They have giant, big like black cartoon eyes that are kind of like a little goth, but with like bright, very curly lines around like fish and things like that. This seems like something they would do as a mural artist, is draw a danger fish on like a pier. So yeah, we can take prompts. This is kind of the hard part about art, is like finding out where to start. On a blank canvas is just the worst. It's the same for like writer's block as well.
Yeah, I feel like a blank canvas is more intimidating than something that's like half drawn out. Well, we don't have any requests yet in chat, so Teryn, I'm gonna put you on spot and ask if there's something you would like for me to draw.
Oh, I have to participate? Okay.
Yes.
I am a sucker for like a good landscape with like interesting buildings or architecture.
Okay.
If I were to draw something, that is what I would like to be drawn.
Okay, interesting architecture. Yeah. Is there a recent show or movie or video game you've played that has interesting architecture?
Considering the last series I watched was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, yes. I rewatched the part that's like a slice of life anime that takes place in a small town in Japan. So a lot of it's like residential, but there is like the grand hotel of the town, and they have the most interesting, for multiple reasons, piece of architecture is actually an abandoned like power. Oh, what's it called? It's like those power station towers in the middle of a field. Okay. Yeah, but one thing that's like unique about that season is that the sky and everything is weird colors. So like the sky will be like a mustard yellow or a bright purple or something instead of blue, and everything around it will have like weird colors. Oh, JFun brings up Strange New World, the new Star Trek series. So that's like a totally different vibe. That's like high fantasy space nonsense, I'm sure. Hello, Alyssa. We reminisced a bit about last time you played Passepartout, the original. We're gonna be doing some improvised drawings and creating our own career here. We're enabling Marium to start as an artist in this brave new world. And taking suggestions. My sort of broad request is like interesting landscapes or architectures. One thing I always like to include is like, at least this is what I do in my drawings since like I was a kid, because I grew up here in Western Washington and we're like surrounded by mountain ranges, is like really big interesting mountains. So like Mount Rainier, Mount Baker, you know, they just stand out. Growing up in a small town that didn't have any like skyscrapers, you know, the are like a very prominent thing in the skyline.
Yeah. Okay, this is getting...
So we need a radio tower. We need high fantasy spaceships. We need a mountain. And some funky colors. Can we do...
Okay.
Let's remove some things from the list.
Let's treat this as a challenge and let's draw together.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So what we're going to
I'll be the
do...
manager. Oh,
Yeah, you can.
the supervisor. The supervisor.
Okay. Let me go and then move things around. Okay.
Oh, the enabler. Yeah.
This is not set to what I use. Clean this up. Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna start with super easy with Horizon. Okay, so we want a mountain, some cell phone towers. What else was there?
Something related to Star Trek. So, my idea was a spaceship, but maybe we could incorporate the cell phone tower to be like something that beams people up. I've never watched Star Trek. I hate to.
I don't know. I think a spaceship would be easier.
Is there anything? Oh, okay. Spaceships, or they do have those towers, super tall ones with all the glass. Okay. Is that like a monolith? Again, I haven't seen the show, but we'll take any and all descriptions and have Marium do a creative interpretation.
Okay.
That is something I think we can do. We can creatively interpret.
We're just gonna start off with like a rough sketch to get our ideas down to see what it'll look like, because I have no idea what this is gonna be like.
Neither do I. So
we got some mountains in the background. They look more like hills. Let's see, I'm gonna erase.
Some Nebraska mountains then. Yeah.
Should we just go with Mount Rainier then? Oops, that's not my eraser.
It can be a fantasy version, because Mount Rainier is kind of lonely. And this mountain has friends.
Okay. That Friends reminds me of, was it the Sisters Peak in Alberta and at the Banff National Park?
Okay.
Oh my gosh, how do those look like? Let's see. I use references a lot because I cannot draw from my head, but let's see. Sisters Peak, Alberta. There we go. Okay, I got my mountain references going. So, like a hill going that way, a hill going that way, and then we have our mountains. Background.
I've never been to Alberta, so I will assume that your drawing is going to be exactly what it would be like to be there.
We're doing a creative interpretation.
Oh, okay.
Something a little more abstract.
It's like we're there, but not really.
We're in a sci-fi version of this.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Canadian sci-fi that takes place in Canada, I think that's a new frontier. I can't think of a lot of sci-fi Canadian enterprises at the moment.
I can't think of any at all, so...
Okay, we'll start there.
Yep. Okay, so we got our mountains. We'll probably end up adding, like, some trees here, but... for later. Then we have our our cell phone towers. Let's see.
That do some mysterious sci-fi related shenanigans. Probably. They're a mystery.
Okay. We'll have to make them a little mysterious. Okay. I'm gonna... Okay. We're going to... Hopefully they don't end up looking like an Eiffel Tower for me.
You know what? That would be a wonderful sci-fi mystery. Actually, like world monuments just start transporting around all over the place. Like, can you imagine?
It's just the Eiffel Tower in the middle of Canada.
Not even like Vancouver or Toronto, Alberta. Wait, is Alberta a province, or is that?
Yes, okay. Alberta's a province, and then it has the Banff National Forest, which is like
Is that where Edmonton is?
I think it's close to Edmonton, or
Okay.
where Edmonton is.
Yeah,
I'm not really good with my Canadian geography, clearly.
So not any of the famous Canadian cities by the border. It goes straight into Edmonton suburbs. The Eiffel Tower. Chaos ensues.
In the middle of their downtown.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
In the shadow of Sisters Peak, what's it called?
It's like Sisters, Three Sisters or something. I just remember it as being like 3 significant little mountain peaks. Okay.
Yeah, I can definitely see them in the sketch, like the 3 distinct like shaped peaks. Very visually interesting.
They're more distinct in my drawing than like when I Alberta. They're like, oh, there they are, and I just saw a bunch of mountains, and I'm like, I don't see 3 like peaks. They're like, they look alike, and I'm like, they all look different. I don't know where you're pointing to.
That reminds me of I don't forget what the town's called, but there's a town and I think it's northern to middle California, and it has like a mountain that's like named after a woman, because the idea is that it looks like a woman with a large chest lying down, but you can only see it from like certain angles, right? Because like it's just like a weird, they're like, oh yeah, see it? I'm like, kinda, I have to really get the right angle on it, because if you look at it, a woman lying down from the top down, it's like, you can't see like everything else, and so like you have to wait until you're like across town at like the top of like a thing to see it.
Oh my gosh.
Grand Tetons. What are those? Are those mountains?
These, I am trying to draw the power station lines, but I am clearly struggling with
sorry,
them.
that was Alyssa in chat asking about the Grand Tetons. Oh, in Wyoming. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was like, Twin Peaks, wasn't that filmed? I thought that was filmed in the Pacific Northwest. In our backyard, like The Shining was filmed out in, I want to say, Oregon or middle of Washington, in the pass.
Okay, this is terrible.
Oh, no, these are the 3 sisters peaks, mountains in Alberta, Canada.
I remember them only because I visited Alberta for the first time in May.
Oh, okay.
And we took a trip to their national park, and I was like, oh, mountains and trees, cool. But their mountains seem very different than what we have here in Washington State, because I think ours are volcanic, and theirs are part of the Rockies.
I mean, at least one.
Yeah. One active.
Yeah.
But theirs are part of the Rockies, so they look more like rocks, like really poking out of the land rather than like a giant hill mountain.
Yeah, because they're not on the Pacific Rim like we are. They're like mainland, right? And they're also a lot more north and central, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Got some power lines. Struggling with these a little bit. The concept, their shape, but oh well.
The new Eiffel Tower, we'll call it.
We'll call them multiple tiny miniature Eiffel Towers. Okay, we'll just...
Yeah, the whole Eiffel Tower didn't come, just the gift shop. Just the little miniatures they sell in the gift shop.
Is it Japan that has like a similar like what, I don't know what to call it, but they have like this.
Oh, like a sister city or like a.
Yeah, like mock, not a mock, but like a city that's like based off of Paris, or their idea of Paris, and they have this like Eiffel Tower like little structure.
Could anyone in chat let us know? I've never been to Japan, or I've been to France. I haven't been to Paris.
Okay.
But I could see that. Like, it's kind of like Vegas has like the different version of Venice, and I think they also have their own like tower. I could see that being a thing.
This is what I like about my iPad, is that when I get tired of just drawing one thing over and over again and I can't draw it anymore, I just copy paste. Some call it cheating, I call it being smart.
You're being efficient, and this is a sketch, so.
Yeah, this is just a sketch, so we're going to figure out where this
You're
is
not
going.
one of those brave
eventually.
souls that just like draws the whole thing in one go.
No.
Like, oh, I like that meme about like people who draw this way versus people who draw this way versus like a big swole guy that draws in MS Paint that doesn't have any layers. Just like goes for it in one go.
What impresses me is when they draw pixel to pixel, or like they start from the bottom and they draw up, because the way I was taught is like, oh, you kind of like build the bigger picture and then like fill out the details, but no, they like start and just draw up, and I'm like, how do you get the proportions right? Because I know I'll mess that up.
Yeah, people are crazy, but you know, they're crazy talented, we should say.
Yes, probably a lot of practice and just time and resources put into it, which is admirable.
One of my favorite pieces of internet media, or like at least something that I experienced in full, was I am one of the ones that read Homestuck, and that is literally based on a website called MS Paint Adventures, and the entire thing was drawn and animated using paint sprites. So like all the little characters and stuff were all originally drawn in paint. I don't think they animated it using paint. I don't think you can do that, but like every frame I think of the animation, at least for a while, was like based on the MS Paint little pixelated sprites. So I have experienced that for myself at least. But I think as time went on, like the story got so big that they hired other artists to come in and like commissioned them to do like the more detailed animated scenes that were required to wrap that whole story up. But
yeah,
at least the premise was based on doing like super basic MS Paint drawings, and then like basically just the limitations of the kind of fantasy mass huge settings that you could do in that application.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not really what Homestuck's about, but good luck trying to describe what it's about, I guess.
MS Paint isn't a bad drawing program, but it's not great for large productions. So it's
or using a mouse to draw is
it's pretty impressive. They pulled that off. Okay, we got mountains, we got some power lines. Next is our spaceship. So I'm gonna look for star.
Can we do the spaceship in the sky trying to steal, like, beam up one of the power lines?
Okay.
Is that possible?
Oh, I mean, when it comes to art, anything is possible. Let's see.
What do you think? What's your idea? Or do you want to keep taking my random suggestions?
I am up for random suggestions. This is what makes it fun.
So we're doing an alien heist where they're stealing our infrastructure because I think it looks cool and they want to replicate it on their planet. I'm calling it now new Canadian sci-fi series.
Okay.
Star Trek, Alberta.
Let's see. Let me just group these, put them into one there, and then okay, I wonder what our spaceship should look like. Do you want it like a typical UFO style or something?
Do we have any more chat suggestions on what you'd like for a spaceship? Because I haven't seen Star Trek other than like the trailers for the movies that I also didn't watch. I think their spaceships are more like horizontal, like a cruise ship that can fly through space. So that's what I'm picturing more than like the stereotypical circular UFO. Oh, this is also tying into current events with they're doing the UFO or UAP testimony in Congress this week.
Oh yeah,
So
didn't
we're being very current.
There's a comment from there that became like a meme about what was it about aliens? Trying to multitask here.
Oh, I'm gonna update our streaming category here to drop.
There was a comment about aliens and how what was it? Is it the government that's trying to hide aliens from us, or aliens are real? It was that audio that became like super popular on like TikTok and Instagram. Oh gosh, I am blinking. Aliens are real. Something, something, something. Okay, we'll make our spaceship here.
Okay, updated. Yeah, I haven't seen all of the memes. I used to occasionally check Twitter for like memes and stuff when like big events happen. You know, occasionally there's like a really funny joke tweet that gets really big. But you can't really do that anymore because I don't have a Twitter account. And they've now made it really hard to look at Twitter if you don't have an account.
Yeah, they've made it impossible to use Twitter without an account.
Yeah, and I'm like, out of spite, I will not join you.
Okay, this is not fitting well.
Oh, interesting.
Let me see if I can get this to look a little better. Because I know what it looks like from the top. I don't know what it looks like from the bottom, so we're trying to improvise here and see if we can figure it out. Okay.
It's like approaching from the horizon.
Yeah. Okay. Let's make this smaller. I'm not feeling it. It's an odd spaceship. Okay. We're gonna find something else that works better.
Oh, okay. It's a legally distinct spaceship of sorts.
It's definitely unrecognized floating object. What does UFO stand for?
Unidentified flying object. The new lingo is UAP, which is unidentified aerial phenomenon, which does not have the same ring to it at all.
No, UFO is much
I think
better.
It's still called ufology or UFOlogy, though, right? If people are like really into the hobby and like studying all the different phenomena.
I guess.
Plus, ufology is just fun to say, so that automatically cements it as in the lexicon.
Ufology.
Ufology. UFO-logy.
And I thought anthropology was fun to say, but...
Also, any ology is fun to say.
Except biology. It's biology. Okay,
yeah,
that's
it implies it only studies two things. Like a bicycle.
Okay. Still not there. Okay, I am gonna try another spaceship.
Okay. I trust your vision.
It has to fit with our bigger picture.
It has to be something that will knock the socks off of Albertans out there.
It has to be something that screams UFO, but also doesn't look really wonky. Okay, let's do Let's see what Pinterest has to say about UFO.
I realized I'm talking about Alberta, like the entire province, like it's a small town. I realize it's not. People live there. It's kind of small, but like I don't think Edmonton is that small, right? Let me Google.
Smaller than Seattle, I guess.
Population. Okay, it's almost 1 million.
Really?
I mean, that's not nothing. It's like 980,000 as of 2017, so, you know, they've had time to grow. I don't think everyone left. No. Oh, the current in 2023 is 1.5 million. Let me look at the Seattle population. They might have cleared us and we didn't even know.
Seattle's probably higher.
Wow, it's not.
Really?
725,000. They have twice as many people as us. Is Edmonton creating this information? Do we need a recount? Edmonton is twice the size of Seattle.
That's hard to believe because for me, like, I thought that apart from like Vancouver, Toronto, and some like of the bigger cities by like close to the border, there's nothing like there's like very sparse population outside of it.
Yeah, Vancouver's 2.6 million.
Okay.
That's a lot. We're tiny. We're so small.
Really hard to believe, but
I mean,
if you
like,
say so.
Because I know that I don't know how it's reflected in statistics. I'll have to look at a wider chart. But like, I know like we've been going down for like the actual city population because it's just gotten so expensive that like there's like they don't have like the kind of housing that's needed to support how many people would want to live here, or that do live here currently. They don't have like enough. We don't have enough housing that supports everyone right now in the city, especially those with low income or no income.
It's true. If we consider like the greater Seattle area and like the surrounding cities, we're probably a lot bigger.
Yeah. Let me see what my hometown. My hometown sitting pretty at 21,000 people as of 2021. I mean, when I was born, it was like 11,000, so it's like doubled. So look out. Mukilteo, Washington. Gonna become the next Edmonton. Just you wait.
Yeah, I feel like traffic going into Seattle is so bad now that it makes sense that a lot of people just live outside of like the Seattle area.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point, Alyssa. Seattle seems bigger because of all the other cities clustered around it. Yeah, we are kind of like... There are a bunch of different zones. It's kind of like around the Bay Area, I guess, to compare it to something, where... Like, there's San Francisco proper, but then it's really close to, like, Oakland. And I'm blanking on the other cities around there. I guess, well, there's Silicon Valley nearby. Other cities around.
Okay, so we got mountains, we got some power station lines.
That is an ambitious spaceship.
It was a lot easier than the Star Trek ones I was trying to.
I like the idea of like this little spaceship being like it's like watching a Prius trying to tow like a boat, like a giant boat. It's like you could do it, sure. You got the horsepower.
Like
maybe you can be shrinking it, like it's gonna shrink it down into a little like trinket, okay. You know.
We could change the size of this a little bit. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And then make it, we'll distort it a little bit to make it look like it's shrinking.
Yeah, I like the action shot of like the power lines like breaking and fraying as like one of one of its brethren gets uprooted.
Yeah. Okay, that's... Okay, so we got our spaceship, our mountains, our power lines. What else do we want to add to this?
Do we have any more chat suggestions? Because I'm pretty happy with where we're at. I got my mountains. I got my little cell phone power line towers. We got a spaceship for the Star Trek fans. A moose.
A moose! Oh my gosh, you all are really challenging my art skills today. Okay. Where should the moose go?
It's a moose for scale. Prime, aren't you Canadian? Am I making that up? Are we really going all in? I guess this isn't. Not enough people are known to the Three Sisters in Alberta that we need a moose to really...
Oh my gosh. Okay, where should the moose go? That's the important question.
That's a good question. Moose. Oh, and she's married to a Canadian. Okay, so you have a Canadian pass. Okay. No Sasquatch. Well, that's right. Alyssa 2.0 is Canadian. My mistake. My mistake. I remembered we had one staffer named Alyssa that was Canadian, and I apologize. That's on me. We could. Okay. Do we want moose and a Sasquatch? Do we want like a tableau of like the moose chasing Sasquatch? Like what does chat envision? How can we challenge Marium to do this for us? I just hear yes. Riding? Okay. Moose are big. I don't know if they're that big.
The Sasquatch would be much bigger than a moose.
Moose are huge. Have you seen a moose next to like an SUV?
I have
They're
not.
Giant.
Okay.
A moose riding Sasquatch. Okay. Let's calm down.
So is the Sasquatch riding the moose, or is the moose riding the Sasquatch? That's my question.
Both. I don't know. Moose. Okay. A moose riding Sasquatch. I don't know if you could accurately portray that unless like the moose is getting like a piggyback from Sasquatch. And that sounds a little bit challenging. I don't know how long we want to be here tonight. And that's also...
We're not gonna get past a rough sketch, honestly.
Okay, we're gonna make this the most elaborate sketch possible. And that's also a little tricky with the scale that we have here. Like, are they really gonna be like half the size of a spaceship? Maybe?
It could be a mutant Sasquatch. From all the...
Like, because Sasquatch is normal.
From all the rays, the gamma rays that the UFO or the spaceship is
Maybe
emitting.
This is the spaceship's second visit, and every time it comes, it gives like off some radiation, and like some weird stuff keeps happening.
Yeah, you know, we could have our own show now. This is the beginning
we have
of
enough,
it.
at least for like what are those called? Like fanzines, like those little short stories in like sci-fi magazines. I think we have enough. I mean, if L. Ron Hubbard can do it, we can do it, right?
Okay, let's see how this goes. So I'm just gonna draw the head. It's gonna be a little shaggy.
Enhance.
Okay,
we're enhancing. Oh, it's like I Spy. This is like we're basically doing a sci-fi I Spy, where it's like, or Where's Waldo?
Okay, so it has to be the moose piggyback riding. Oh my gosh.
That's because I'm thinking of Sasquatch is on his hands and knees, and the moose is like, I'm thinking it'll come off a little more obscene than I think we'd want it to be. I'm thinking piggybacking is the most wholesome way for Sasquatch to hold a moose.
That would, I mean, sure, why not? What could possibly make this crazier?
We're taking suggestions. Let us know. Our DMs are open. By DM, I mean Twitch chat.
Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna draw this right, but I'll fix it.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, once I get an outline of what a Sasquatch
Once we
should
have
look
a
like.
publisher on board, we can really iron out the details, you know? This is just the elevator pitch. And I think we got something strong. And the Loch Ness Monster, okay. So in addition to the Eiffel Tower from France, we have the Loch Ness Monster from Scotland.
I was gonna add a lake somewhere
Sure.
here. But
why not?
Why? Yeah, now we can add the Loch Ness Monster. And a moose
can be riding the Loch Ness Monster. Let's just bring it home.
Okay. I don't know if my Sasquatch looks like
Loch Ness is Scottish, right? Is that the right? Okay.
Yeah. The Nessie, is that what they call it?
I don't know. Kelpie is Irish. Okay.
Okay, so we got...
Oh, it's like an action pose. I mean, for Sasquatch, that's very apropos.
Okay, I don't think I got his features right, but
I love that he's furry and has a beard. I think that needs to stay. I think that's canon.
Okay, cool. We got our Sasquatch, and now we need a moose.
Oh, Kelpie is a horse mermaid. Pretty cool folklore behind it. I would like to see it. That's like, I've been to Singapore, and Singapore's mascot is a lion mermaid. Like a lion with the fishtail.
Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that.
It's cool. They've got a lot of statues around it because it's obviously a harbor city. So there's a lot of, that's their like mascot, is like this literal sea lion.
Okay, here goes the moose. I wanna draw its legs first. I hope this stays PG-13. Oh my gosh.
I'm picturing like the front arms to be crossed around, like the hoofs are like latching onto each other, you know. I'm picturing Bullwinkle. I'm just thinking real cartoon moose. I watched Rocky and Bullwinkle when I was a kid, and we have like a family fun center here around, not Tacoma, I forget where it's at, but we have like a family fun center whose mascot is Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh, there was one family fun center here up in Edmonds, but it closed down since COVID.
Oh.
It has a moose in its little sign, so I'm wondering if that's what you're...
There's one in Tukwila. I'm not seeing Rocky and Bullwinkle anywhere on there. Maybe they took it down. Oh no, wait! I switched away too soon. Oh, it's a family fun center and they have a Bullwinkle restaurant. You can meet Bullwinkle.
Which one are you talking about?
The Tukwila Family Fun Center and Bullwinkle's restaurant.
Oh.
Oh, you drive by it every time you go to SeaTac? Yeah, like that, or... I think it's called like a Starfire Center. It's a place where, for anyone now that's watched the Reign, the Seattle Reign's women's soccer team used to play there. I think it's right around there. I think my high school's like graduation party was there. Like they kept it open all night for us, and so all the high schoolers after we graduated, we got to go like party all there all night. It's pretty fun. Alyssa, you did that too? Wait, was your high school graduation party there too? Is that what you mean? Laser tag. Yeah, there was laser tag. There was I'll just ruminate. I'll let you focus while I describe the Family Fun Center for chat. Yeah, I remember the carpet was like, this like crazy 90 patterned carpet. I remember I got a henna temporary marking. I was gonna say tattoo, but it's not a tattoo. And then I got yeah, they had like an outdoor, like, I think there was like go-karts and like some things to do outside. We got Dick's hamburgers on the way there. That was fun as well. It was fun, but I remember being a little bit done with it after several hours. And then the knowledge that we had to stay there until like the next morning. And then being like, oh, I can't go home because we all came in here on a bus together. Oh, a batting cage, yeah, in an arcade. Like, it was fun, but it was also like, I'm not the most social person. So being in like literally everyone from my high school graduating class in one like room, I was like, I need to cool down for a little bit.
It's a lot. It's a lot of people in one room too. I get that.
Yeah, J-Fun agrees. Overnights with classmates is intense. And then I experienced it later in life when my old workplace used to have these like getaways, and like I don't want to complain about them because they were really wonderful and extravagant, and like I don't think I'm ever gonna have another job that has it. But it also is a place where you go for like vacation, but literally all of your coworkers are also there for like a long time, and you can't like, you can get away from them for a little bit, but like you're all stuck there together. So it's like, this is a fun environment with people that I wish were different people. And I can't change that, so I'll just make the most of it. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do it now. Like back then it's high school, you kind of have to go along with it cuz like, you're just a kid and like you can't really control that. I don't regret doing it. But like nowadays I think I would be like, how many people do I actually know they're going to be there? And then yeah, I would count my priorities for sure. Coworkers are the last people you want to see in vacay. Yeah, like I really like my coworkers in my current job. I don't want to spend a week with them somewhere with them and their families. Like that sounds really cold, but like I want that special, like or not special, but I want like I want a separation. That's the word I was looking for. You know what? This looks good. I can absolutely tell that's a moose getting a piggyback ride from Sasquatch. I gotta say, it's coming together.
It really is. It looks like a wild scene from a sci-fi movie, but...
Yeah, sci-fi, fantasy, folklore, like, we're bringing it all together.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
What's next?
You mentioned a lake was in your vision. And it sounds like we have a request for some water-based monsters or creatures that are misunderstood. Okay. So, I would like to see it.
Okay.
However your vision wants to create it.
I like the idea of, or like the challenge of everyone giving me ideas and me trying to fit this in. It really is challenging my creativity, but in a good way.
Yeah, it's like those like creative writing prompts where you can get an auto-generated like one sentence blurb and you have to like expand on that to be like a short story or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is way better than like those AI generated things where you just like give it a prompt. Like, this is live service.
Well, I mean,
we get to be part of the creation along the way. Every brushstroke we can witness, and not just a finished product. It really makes you appreciate the artistic process. Like, it is impressive, like what people can do with like Midjourney and stuff, and like if you do that as a job or you do graphic design stuff and you need a bunch of mock-ups, I could see a use case for it, but I don't think of it as a like we should stop drawing stuff because AI does it better. I don't think that's true at all.
It's fun. I'd say it's like good for like using as a reference and as a tool. But would I solely just create AI art instead of drawing? I wouldn't personally. I could see why other people would like to do that. Those who don't feel like they have the skills or the patience to really draw what they want to draw. Are like the time, and it does take a lot of time to create a piece. But
yeah, drag people who can't draw.
Yeah, but it's
yeah,
like
people with talent don't, but you can.
Well, yeah. Okay, so
keeping it real.
We're gonna. Oh, maybe I should have drawn it.
Oh, it's like a water dragon.
Opposite direction.
It's a snack.
Okay, it's just watching the Sasquatch and the moose.
Yes, jealous. It'll never get a piggyback.
Okay, there's our Loch Ness monster.
Wonderful. Okay.
So we have our lake. We have our spaceship.
We have the Sasquatch and Moose buddy comedy. That's like a side plot. We have the alien souvenir shopping. We have some lovely Canadian wilderness scapes. Does anyone else have any suggestions?
I feel like Canada should compensate us for creating
yeah, the tourism board needs to get in touch. Reach out to us on GeekGirlCon socials if anyone out there is listening. The only thing I can think of, and I don't know if this would fit scale-wise, is like if there was a ranger tower that was like observing all of this, like Firewatch.
Oh, we could totally fit that. I have an idea. We could like fit that right here. I would add some mountains, or not mountains, quick trees, outlines.
Where's the maple syrup in Sasquatch's belly? Or the lake could be made of maple syrup, who knows?
I think this would be a good spot. Not my eraser.
Oh, that reminds me. Did you watch Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the animated adaptation?
Oh, the animated one? Not like the 3D...
Yeah, it was a 3D CGI animated.
Yeah.
The Jello pool. That's what I'm thinking of. They go to like a... There's like a desert land or something, and they conceive of a Jello pool. And then they jump on top, and it's like all bouncy and fun. And then they do like a dive off the diving board.
And they get stuck inside.
Get stuck halfway, yeah. The Loch Nessie is going to experience that soon. In the Maple Syrup Lake.
Well, that's why Loch Nessie is in a dragon, more snake form, because it can slither through the jelly maple syrup. But if it was like in shape of like similar to like a four-legged creature or a Sasquatch, I'd say it would be a lot harder for it to swim through it.
I mean, snakes technically have legs, right? Like their little inner skeleton, I think it has like, it's like a treadmill, right? Don't snakes have little legs? Am I making that up? Am I gonna have to look this up?
I have to look that up.
Snakes have legs? This is great for my Google history. Okay. Oh! Interesting. Although there's no legs, they do have toes. Fun snake fact.
That makes no sense whatsoever, but I'll accept it.
This is from Cornell University. Thank you for doing the real work. Yeah, okay, so they have, towards the end of their tail, so the tail end of their tail, I guess they do have little hind leg bones buried in muscles that they gradually kept. Oh, that's right, there's snakes and there's also legless lizards as well that look like snakes but have slightly different head shapes. Those, like, that's what they, if you zoom in on the scene from Indiana Jones where he's in a pit of quote-unquote snakes, a lot of those snakes are legless lizards. You can tell because their head looks a little bit more like kind of pointy, like a triangle. They look a little different. Legless lizard. I keep wanting to say Legolas lizard.
Legolas.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that would make sense if like snakes have evolved from like lizards or other four-legged creatures. They could have forget the word for it, but there's like term for the term when you have like a feature from like evolution that something that you don't use anymore, but it's like still
Oh no,
part
I'm
of your
sorry.
body.
We now have a request for a Legolas lizard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to definitely look a
You're
rough.
gonna need a minute. Yeah. So a legless lizard has. I know you can't see my camera, but chat can. It has like, its head is sharper on the sides.
Okay.
And it has eyes on like either side of that wedge, that they have for a head shape. If anyone was wondering. Also, when you zoomed in, I realized that the moose has a little smile, and I think that's wonderful.
It has a smirk.
Yeah, I think it won a bet or something. Like the moose won a bet, and now he gets to ride around. His friend gets to carry him around.
I try to make the Sasquatch look a little angry, but I think I need to work on the.
He just has resting grumpy face, you know. He's misunderstood. Mona Lisa moose. Oh yeah, it does kind of have that same like mysterious expression.
I'm gonna go off of that just a little quick. Just to show a little piece I made a while ago. Let me see if I can find it.
No, you're not allowed to show your art on an art stream. How dare you?
Oh gosh, it was a funny one. Is it under wallpapers? No. Gosh. No. It has to be here somewhere. I didn't delete it, did I? Gosh, you know this painting's The Scream of Van Gogh's?
Yes.
Oh, here it is.
Or by Edward Munch.
Oh, Edward Munch, yeah. Sorry, here it is.
The Shrek. Oh.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
I mean, even more artful than the Mona Lisa, some would say. The brave would say.
Okay. Is this what a Legolas lizard looks like, but it has little boots on?
That's wonderful. That is a bearded dragon, I think.
Okay.
So just go ahead and look up a legless lizard, and then maybe give it some long, flowing blonde hair. That might be my suggestion. Alyssa, chime in if you have a vision for Legolas lizard. That you would you like it to be a legless lizard, or would you like it to be a leg-full lizard? Let us know.
I'm getting snakes when I do legless lizards.
So they look like snakes, but their heads are different. So look at the head shape. It's gonna look like a little bit more wedge-like and like sharper on the sides. So legless lizards do look like snakes, but they are not snakes. I know it's difficult.
Is this it?
Yeah, that is a kind of legless lizard.
Okay.
It's basically a snake with like it looks like a snake, but the head is different. Okay, artist choice. I mean, from a distance, it's probably gonna look like a snake, and I think, I'm just gonna have to come to terms with that. So if you would like to draw a lizard with boots and call it a Legolas lizard, I think that falls under the interpretation.
Okay, I'm gonna draw it, and we can add features or change features as we want.
Okay.
Okay. So I think I got something of like a shape down for this little guy. Okay, now I'm gonna need a guide as to what features to add and what features to change.
My only additions would be to make it a Legolas lizard. All I could think of is long flowing hair, like hair, and then maybe a pointy ear like coming out. Vaguely suggesting some elf heritage.
Elf hair?
Because I think having a legless lizard holding a bow might be challenging, unless it's on the ground next to him. Oh, Emerald, welcome. We are drawing a Legolas lizard, and I see you requesting a bow.
Like
Marium...
an arrow bow or like a bow tie bow?
Oh, wait, does Legolas have a hair bow? Can we give Legolas a hair bow like early Gaga?
Gosh.
I'm kind of voting for a hair bow now. A bow, a B-E-A-U. Yeah, we can give Legolas a boyfriend. Why not? Okay? Enlighten me as someone who's not the biggest fan of Lord of the Rings. What is the Legolas like? What's the top ship? Is it with the human guy, Viggo Mortensen? Is that the ship? Who is Legolas's bow? Comment below.
Okay. Elf. So the ears, would they go on top of the head or sideways out?
I think they go a little out, right?
Like sideways? Like here?
Yeah, just like a little,
I really don't know what I'm drawing.
45 degrees away from the eye. Like sticking up.
Okay. Like this.
Like other way. Like if the hair is gonna go behind the eyes, it would be poking out of the hair.
Like
you know what I mean?
I have no idea, but we'll get there.
We'll
get there. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, yeah, like that way.
Okay. Let me, because my screen is lagging a little behind.
Apparently, Oh, Gimli? Is that the dwarf? Need to look up. I don't know all the names. Cue me going Viggo Mortensen instead of the guy's name. Oh, Gimli is a dwarf? Yes. He represents all dwarves, very important. A Canadian goose dressed as Gimli from Lord of the Rings. Is that something? Is that reasonable? You think?
I mean, at this point, I've drawn a Sasquatch giving a moose a piggyback ride. I've drawn Loch Ness monsters. I've drawn a UFO picking up a power line.
In a maple
Why
syrup
not?
lake, of all things. things.
Yes.
I mean, if we have time and the chat has requested it, it can certainly be done. Oh, and also we need a. Oh, so that is the bow. Okay, so we are now interpreting bow to mean BEAU, a love interest.
Okay, so the love interest of our beautiful legless lizard is a Canadian goose dressed up. It's Canadian goose Gimli. Okay. Well, let's just keep going. So I'm drawing the hair. Let me know if this is the flowy hair you were talking about, because
It is very flowy.
Okay, cool.
I know we're not going to see it this stream, but I long for the day to see it colorized as long flowing platinum blonde locks. But I understand now is not the time.
Okay, let's see. Gimli. Let's try to find
a Canadian goose dressed as Gimli, as I think it's just a Canadian goose with a big dwarf helmet. I think that might be what we're gonna get.
Okay.
Chat, let us know if there's another vision for you. Also, if anyone has been to Canada recently, can you have them like come pick up their geese, because they're everywhere.
They are everywhere.
They own Green Lake. Like, I live pretty close to Green Lake, and I think the lake is owned by Canadian geese. I think we've been overtaken in population. I think there's now over 750,000 Canadian geese in Seattle, because they're everywhere.
They're like, California is too hot for us. Mm-hmm. Canada is too cold. Mm-hmm. We're gonna chill out here in Washington. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ideal weather.
Yeah, they all got jobs in the tech industry, and now they're just they're just holding up,
making the industry very competitive.
Yeah, for non geese or other geese.
Here.
It's not the biggest problem though with Green Lake, because I run around it pretty frequently. So it's probably like the best running route where I live, and the clouds of gnats here in the summertime is probably like those little bugs.
Yeah,
that's probably
especially
worse.
During sunset.
Yeah, because the geese don't bother you really if you don't bother them, but it's hard to tell if you've bothered them until it's too late. But the little bugs are a little more difficult to deal with.
Okay, we got something of a goose here.
I would say that's a geese. A single geese.
I think the neck is too short.
We've got geese and meese. A goose and a moose.
Okay. I'm gonna move my little buddies away from this power line. Here. Let's see.
I think I have an idea.
For the Canadian goose, or just another thing to add?
Something I want to add to the stream, because we don't currently have a background. We're just drawing in the void. Gonna see if I can look up something.
Okay. Okay. Got our Canadian goose dressed up as Gimli. Gonna play around a little bit to fix posture. Okay.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
There. Perfect.
A bit more round. There we go. We got our little Canadian goose. I added a beard with a braid as well.
Wonderful.
To look a little more like Gimli. But yeah. Okay. Do we have more suggestions?
Let me check in with chat. Any more suggestions? We're looking pretty good. Looking pretty tight. We have a good, maybe the sky is pretty minimal. Do we have any more suggestions for the lovely mountain sky? Okay, Alyssa agrees. Okay. Suggestions are welcome.
Do we want anything that flies in the sky other than a spaceship so far? I was thinking, should we add a hot air balloon?
I like the idea of like a blimp.
A blimp? Okay.
Or let's move this back up. Back up here.
A blimp or a hot air balloon? A jellyfish hot air balloon.
A jellyfish hot air balloon.
Oh,
I mean, we asked for
wonderful.
suggestions, and suggestions they give.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Is there a type of jellyfish that we want it to look like?
I only know the jellyfish man of war. I don't know what it looks like. Or there's that's an octopus, the blue-ringed octopus. I was thinking the most toxic. I think that's the most venomous aquatic creatures.
What's a mountie? And then do we need to add a gondola?
Oh, a mountie? Isn't that the red-shirted Canadian like rangers with the hat, like Curious George's handler, but with the red shirt?
I did try to add. I don't know if you guys
a
can
moon
see the
jelly.
little.
I like that.
You can see the little guy right here, the mountain ranger, just like with his little hat, staring off at the pure chaos that's happening. And he's glad at least it's not a wildfire.
Yeah, the Canadian Federal Police. Okay, that's a mountie. I do like moon jelly.
Okay, moon jelly.
I do know those because I've watched some. They have the Monterey Bay Aquarium has a really nice live stream that they do during the day where you can watch the moon jellies just float by on screen. Very nice.
Okay, let's give this
mountie in the gondola. Do we have a gondola?
We have the little ranger.
Oh yeah.
Watchtower,
okay.
And then there's a little.
Oh, I see
there.
Okay.
Jellyfish.
So we're sci-fi fantasy. We're like medieval fantasy, and we're just fantasy.
I think we just created a new genre of just called pure chaos.
Yeah, the chaos genre. Familiar.
Get
Hot air balloon basket. Oh, the thing underneath, yeah. Oh, would its
Okay.
fuel be bubbles instead of fire?
Okay, we can do that.
That's my suggestion, is the jellyfish is propelled by bubbles.
Let's see.
I mean,
I'm
this is
gonna make
for the
a-
chaos genre. This is looking remarkably well. Like, it's well composited. It's got like everything's sort of balanced. Okay, bubbles are cute. +1.
Okay, I'm just gonna add notes here for when I'm actually cleaning this up so I remember what's what.
Okay. Note to self: bubbles. I'll know what it means. I've definitely done that when like because I used to keep a dream journal, and sometimes I wouldn't have time to write them all in the morning, so I'd just write myself clues of like the big events and expect to write it down later. Then you get home like after school and you're like you just read like moon jelly, bubbles, moose, radio tower, and you're like, what?
That
Like,
sounds like what I used to do in school.
what happened?
I used to make notes during class, but my writing wasn't fast enough because I was a perfectionist and I hated messy writing. So I just wrote down shorthanded items, and I would like to abbreviate a lot, but it got to the point where I was like, what does RSLT stand for?
Yeah.
Don't know. And so
Yeah, they've gotten better with transcription software, but I always preferred writing down my own notes, because when I write it down and you have to like actively use your brain to think about what, like, you have to process what you're hearing when you're writing notes, whereas when you're transcribing you can kind of zone out and it's all on the paper, but you're missing the context of like actively learning and listening. So I never really it's great for accessibility, but I would not find it very useful.
I totally agree with that. For me, writing it down meant that I was paying attention. If I wasn't writing it down, I would my mind will just like start wandering places, and that was was hard. So
I had like roommates and teammates in college that would just completely skip class just to watch, because it was recorded, and they would just watch it later. But I'm like, I don't think I can't do class like a YouTube video. Like, I just know I'm not going to be able to pay attention like I would when I'm like, I have to show up and wear pants, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Ooh, I like the little, oh, is that a pattern or is it transparent and that's like the little squiggly bits inside?
Those are the little squiggly bits inside.
Oh.
I think I'll clean it up a little bit. Once we're, because this is again just an idea sketch and I don't know where this is gonna go. Okay, now we get to the fun part.
I'm like that fish in
bubbles
Finding Nemo that just cares about the bubbles.
So the bubbles would be dense inside, and then they would go out outside like a jet.
Looks like a Mountie is gonna start spewing some bubbles. Got the same kind of, it looks like a hat. Oh yeah, Emerald agrees, you do remember it better. Oh, and Emerald found a bubbles emote. Well done.
Okay. Don't know if that looks like bubbles are powering it, but
maybe the jellyfish is propelling bubbles downward. You know? Maybe it's like self-propelling, it doesn't need fuel.
Okay. Should I...
It's abstract, I like it.
Okay, so we should keep it that way, okay.
I like it. I don't know, chat.
I just wanted to draw bubbles.
Yeah,
Many
and
bubbles.
you drew lots of bubbles, and we're very proud.
Okay, we'll just draw some random bubbles around here.
The only thing I can think to add, maybe, that would tie it together, is if there was some sort of alien craft that was advertising GeekGirlCon.
You know.
Like one of those skywriting banners.
I got you. Let's.
Oh boy, we're gonna screen print this into a shirt. It's gonna be a big shirt.
See. Ooh.
It's gonna be like one of those shirt dresses. Just keeps going. Special edition staff giant nightshirts. We're doing it.
When are con dates? October.
Do we have a command for that? Do I need to do that?
I think we might need to do that.
By we, I mean me. Probably.
Yes. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have it on my calendar, so I can just go to October.
October 6th and 7th and 8th?
6 through 8.
Chat, let's put our hands together. Oh, there it is. Our hands. Put our heads together. There it is. We do have one. Well done. Passed you. Join us for GeekGirlCon 7th and 8th at the Seattle Convention Center. Okay, no, it's just the 7th and the 8th. Okay.
Okay, not
Emerald, you could show up for 3 days if you'd like, but I think it's only gonna be 2 days officially.
for staff. It's 3 days.
For staff, it's every day. I think. And at Twitch, it's GeekGirlCon year round. So there. Oh, so I think it's the 7th through 8th, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we want the Canadians to come join us. Like, they might not know about it up in Alberta, so. Okay, Emerald will for setup. Well done, Emerald.
Okay. So, now let's summarize. We got our
The
mountains.
UFO is advertising it. This has layers. This has layers.
We got our mountains. We got our UFO. We got our power lines. We have the UFO stealing the power line. A power line.
Yeah.
The UFO advertising GeekGirlCon coming up. Our con coming up on October 7th and 8th. We got our little Sasquatch and Moose pair with a little piggyback ride. We got our Loch Ness Monster and maple syrup. We got our Legolas lizard and our little Gimli Canadian goat.
His bow. Yeah.
His bow. Yes. His
and
bow.
The jellyfish, hot air balloon with bubbles.
With the little Mountie in a gondola.
Yes. Watching the chaos transpire. I don't even think the Mountie knows about the jellyfish. I think that's out of sight. I think that's going to be a surprise later.
Yes. Okay, now, before we end the stream, let's talk about the colors real quick.
Oh, okay. Colorized 2023.
Yes.
Let's do it.
So we're going to add some quick colors to get an idea of what our painting would look like. Let me find my favorite brush. Okay. Sky. Let's start with the sky first. What color should we make our sky? Or what colors should we make our sky?
I'm thinking for the color palette, we might want to do our updated new marketing colors. So like that deep bluey purple, like kind of retro. What do you think? Oh, yes. Purple magenta is the vote. Or purple, pink. I think pink accents magenta. For sure. But I like the deep purple. Okay, yes, is what we're getting from chat. I think that means good. So.
Okay. Should we make it deeper?
I like the idea of like a deep bluey purple.
Blue, a little more blue. Okay, let's do a little more blue. No.
I like it. I like it.
Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna add color.
I mean, I like the ombre of those two purples, but yeah, let's just stick to the
We can do
the
an
basics.
ombre once we get our
It is
main
Procreate
color
Emerald.
down. And then let me.
This is a different layer, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's under. It's
I'm like,
underneath.
are you gonna save this and close it and come back and
No,
everything's
yeah.
just under like a wall of paint?
No, it's under a different layer.
Okay, I've never used this before.
Okay.
I like the idea of pink, like bright neon mountains.
Bright pink neon mountains.
Yeah, chat, please chime in if you have any strong feelings about the colors of this piece. Say your piece now. Or what is it?
Or forever be.
Speak now or hold your peace.
Forever hold your silence or peace.
I'm quoting the movie Shrek. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Is it? When was it? Which scene? Do they quote that?
Oh, it's when Fiona's gonna marry Lord Farquaad.
Yeah.
Shrek's waiting for him to say the thing as he throws up donkey in the air.
Classic.
Oh, we're gonna lean into the vaporwave. Okay, let's do it. I think we're doing well so far. Let us know. I like this. I'm a little concerned about the lake that we've decided was maple syrup. Maybe a bright yellow. Would that go with this?
I was gonna do like a gold yellow, but let's see. Let's see how that works with our little pink.
That could work.
I think it will work well with the pink.
Yeah, amber. That's a good suggestion, J-Fun, as well. I was thinking maybe not like too dark of a brown. Flash with the bright colors.
Okay, so my screen share is lagging a little bit. Give it a moment for the mountains to catch up.
Okay, I see. Oh, can you? The mountains are pink for me.
Yeah, so pink mountains, and then I have added the orange maple syrup lake.
Seeing you do that now. We also have teal as a suggestion from Emerald. Is that gonna be the ground color?
We do have mountains, so I was wondering if I could make them teal. Or not mountains. I'm sorry, trees.
Okay.
I keep calling my trees mountains, but
we could do teal trees, like a dark greenish teal or bright actually. I think we've chosen a good color palette for this. This is looking like those party bus seats. And I think that fits the mood that we've been going for tonight, so I approve.
It is our culinary arts, and
it's our last stream of the culinary arts.
Yeah, we're really
celebration.
We're emphasizing our color here.
For sure.
Culinary arts. Okay. Might as well see. I think I should have made it a little darker, but I'll make the ground dark and see how that goes.
We could do lime green for the alien spacecraft. That would pop really well against the dark purple.
Okay. Do lime green for our spaceship.
I can't decide on the ground color.
Okay, I did like a darker teal color, but we can always change it. We can always change it.
Yeah, my suggestion was gonna be like maybe a light denim blue for like, you know, those 80s washed out jean jackets. But this works too. But yeah, I think the darker looks good because then that makes the trees kind of stand out. Yeah, do we need to color the
And for, like,
characters? What else we got?
Not color.
The GeekGirlCon banner maybe should just be white. For clarity.
For emphasis.
For emphasis. Yeah. Oh, and maybe the Legolas snake is also neon green, Emerald says.
Okay, I made our little buddy neon green. We have now
Yeah.
Sasquatch, Moose, Gimli, and our Loch Ness monster.
I feel like either Sasquatch or the moose should be orange. Like we're missing kind of an orange. I think the Canadian goose should be. Should it be just Canadian goose colored? Like
Okay.
just the black, white, gray. I don't know if we want like. Do we want a neon goose? A fluorescent goose? Oh, hot air balloon jellyfish needs something. Maybe the hot air balloon jellyfish can be bright blue.
Oh yeah, because that would be similar to the moon jelly colors.
Yeah. I mean they're clear, but in the blue ocean, you know, that looks blue.
What should our moose color be? I was wondering if I should go for like a red for moose.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how red works out.
I'm not sure if there is like an 80s red, but
we're just gonna go for a very bright.
This is a Canadian
red.
moose, so yeah, it's like a neon orangey red.
We're gonna make the jellyfish blue. Denim blue.
Any suggestions for Gimli the goose? Is that yellow for Gimli the goose?
No.
It wasn't, but it could be. Okay, yellow sounds good. Oh, the bright yellow Gimli goose will match the eventual platinum blonde locks that Legolas has. That's my idea. That's like, you know, they're the one true pairing. The OTP.
Okay. So bright yellow.
That's mine, just to stand out from the amber lake and the orange moose, and the green next to him is like a nice bright pale, like yellowish. But of course, you have the vision.
We can work with
I think that's good. I think that matches what I had in mind for Legolas's hair. So that's perfect. They found each other. Is all that's important to me.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna...
I haven't even seen the full thing yet, but I think it's beautiful. And I think we should be proud.
We've made a beautiful painting together. I
It
am so proud
is
of all of us.
beautiful.
Okay,
Can we do a red dot for the Mountie?
of course.
Yeah.
It's not a red dot.
Maybe just the same as the moose. Yeah, I love Gimli Goose too. It was a bit out there, we were kind of running with it, but I think it turned out to be thematically appropriate. And we ship them, so. Beautiful. Oh, Loch Ness!
See if I can make this full screen.
Yeah, Nessie. Who do we want to do Nessie?
Oh, right. Oh, gosh.
Does anyone have a suggestion for
I'll pull up
Nessie?
the color wheel.
A dark blue. Oh, like a navy, maybe. I think navy and gold goes well.
Okay, let's give it a whirl. So do we want it like bright, or do we want it like a little duller color?
Like a cobalt blue? Is that too bright, do you think?
We could give it a try. Might be a little too bright, but let's see.
Yeah, Emerald's suggestion was the darker blue. We could definitely. Oh, maybe the head is the cobalt bright blue, and then the rest of the body is the darker blue because it's been in the syrup.
Okay. See.
Okay, that's pretty bright.
And I'm gonna make his head brighter.
We're getting more and more requests for this to be a t-shirt.
Oh gosh. We need this printed out.
At the very least, a desktop background version. This will be our new, until we get all of our assets imported to Canva, this will be our new stream background, I think.
I'm not feeling the light blue here. I feel like a contrasting color would look cooler.
Okay.
Let's go for like a bright teal.
That's very bright. I like that. The flowing scales on Loch Ness Monster. It looks like a horse's mane, and I really enjoy that. I mean, I think we did good, you know? Like, I don't know if we need to do a color for the beam is the last thing.
I would, but I would make it like a green, light green, and I would make it transparent a little bit. So let me...
Green or like a really light pink?
Do you want to do like a light... well, with the mountains, I feel like it would... With the mountains, I feel like it would...
Okay.
It wouldn't show as much, but we could...
I see. A super light green, then it'll go, because then people will know it's like... It's a spaceship.
I'll make it semi-transparent, so let's see how that goes.
I see it. I see it.
I'm gonna make it brighter, and then I'm gonna make it transparent, and then... Ooh. There we go.
Nice. It's beautiful.
I'm just waiting for the stream to catch up a little bit.
We did it. Oh, I like that. That super bright green color. It's like we're watching you in fast forward to catch up to where the stream is currently.
Okay, I was trying to see if I can make it a little more greenish. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did like the kind of minty green it was at for a second.
Let's see.
Oh,
I'll work on
that's
it.
a cool contrast. It's beautiful. Would you say, I know no work of art can be complete. No work of art is complete. They are merely abandoned. But would you say that for tonight's stream that this is a completed work?
I would say so. I think we did an amazing job putting the sketch together and the creativity.
Oh my God, you're
that
so
everyone
right.
had.
Sorry. J-Fun says Sasquatch is like a big Winnie the Pooh. Because the moose is wearing is like the red shirt. I didn't even mean to do that.
Oh my gosh.
Disney, don't come for us. This is
this
is an OC. Please.
Our orange Sasquatch is an OC.
Yeah, orange Sasquatch. You heard it here first. I think this is good. I think it's beautiful, and if you want to make any further improvements, we are all eagerly awaiting the finished silkscreen t-shirt that we'll all be for sure receiving in person at this year's GeekGirlCon. And someone just joined us. Come over here, buddy. Hello. Oh. Oh, okay. Yes. A wild pet is here. Oh.
It's here to see our masterpiece. Like, so, what have you all been up to?
Yeah, well, not petting him, clearly, so he'll sit in my lap for a little while. He's a little camera shy, but you saw him for a second. So that's gonna have to be good enough. So I see, let me just refresh to see if there's anyone we can raid. Do you want to give an intro to next month's stream? Because this puts a lovely bookend on the culinary arts.
Yes, so today was our last culinary arts stream. And let me pull up our schedule real quick because clearly I was not.
Yeah, what is next month's theme?
So next month's theme,
not because I don't remember it, but
we are doing a month of literature. Complete different aspect of color and arts. Culinary arts, I should say. Next week we have bookbinding with our very own Emerald. And then on Thursday we will be playing Inkulanati with Prime.
Yeah, the hardest game to say.
Yeah, it's hard to say it all together.
Yeah, it's like a drawing-based, like 2D, like creative sort of game where you like create these different scenarios and solve puzzles by like battling it out. It looks really cool and is based on like Renaissance era or like medieval era books and those, you know, graphical intense drawing. Speaking of retro, tonight Bonsai-nator is playing the Oregon Trail. I think there's a new version that she's playing. It's not the original like 8-bit version of the Oregon Trail if you ever played that, but I think that's who we're going to raid tonight. So, yeah, we want to thank you all for joining us on this improvised artistic expression. Thank you all for your suggestions. Congrats and thank you to Marium for creating this masterpiece. This is wonderful.
I can't wait for
my cat's tail says hi.
I can't wait for the final draft. I am so excited, even though I'm the one who's going to have to work on it.
Yeah, you're excited for all the work we just gave you. That's a good attitude. That's a good attitude.
More excited for the final piece, but yeah, we'll see how this goes.
All right, well, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to throw us over to our ending screen. Thank you so much, and have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.